News 8, a whooping cough update.
And a local deer may just have the plague. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Hi, I'm Brooke Bovenkamp.
And I'm Sam Fulton.
5 individuals in Whitman County were diagnosed with a case of whooping cough as of Tuesday. All information has led public health officials to believe that cases are contained within WSU. The individuals have been asked to quarantine until they finish 5 days of antibiotics. Whitman County Public Health also advises that all close contacts of infected individuals contact their health care provider to discuss preventative antibiotics.
New data from WSU Labs has revealed a plague in Idaho mule deer. The blind mule deer in Idaho has become the 5th documented case of a deer with ocular plague. According to the new data, the deer has first reported by an individual in Custer County, Idaho on June 9th and was later authorized by Idaho Fish and Game with tissue samples then sent to the Washington Animal Disease Diagnostic Laboratory at WSU. Officials do not believe the case poses a threat to public health.
Nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, is now hitting store shelves marketed as a cooking product, but the substance is also commonly abused. Our reporter Will Glasby has more on the issue.
Do you do nitrous?
I have on several occasions.
Nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas, is gaining traction as a recreational substance among college students.
I've gotten high in many different ways, but there is nothing that compares to Galaxy Gas.
Galaxy Gas, initially founded in the metro Atlanta area, markets itself as a provider of premium whipped cream dispensers and chargers for strictly culinary uses. However, here at Cougar's Midway Mart, nitrous oxide products sit prominently alongside vape and other smoke items.
The law in Washington is RCW 947A.020, and essentially that law makes it a misdemeanor for anyone to intentionally inhale fumes or of any substance for the purpose of basically getting intoxicated or high from it.
Nitrous oxide is not regulated by the DEA. It actually falls under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Therefore, it must be true that companies like Galaxy Gas are only intending to sell culinary products.
I mean, I don't really know the damage it can do to you, but I guarantee nobody's using that for culinary stuff. It's 100% marketed for people to inhale. That's what they use to sell it. It's pretty dangerous, especially when it's being marketed all over social media. Younger kids are seeing that.
I'm Will Glasby, reporting.
Thanks, Will.
Some structural safety issues may force the Latah County Sheriff's Office jail in Moscow to close. Sheriff Richie Skiles addressed the rumor and now campaign issue on Thursday, saying that no decisions on closing the jail has been made and that the matters hasn't been discussed publicly. He notes that the jail has been built in 1973 and isn't up to current safety standards.
A 51-year-old Colfax man has received an exceptionally long prison sentence for assaulting a nurse at Whitman Hospital and medical clinics. Christopher Huckabee was being treated at the hospital in Colfax for ingesting methamphetamines in July when he assaulted a nurse despite being restrained to a bed. Judge Gary Leiby imposed an exceptional sentence, sending Huckabee to prison for 18 months when the maximum standard range for felony assault is normally only 8 months.
Help the American Legion, Maynard Prince, Post 52, and the Pullman Cemetery Committee raise funds to construct a dedicated space to honor all veterans. If you want to learn more on how to donate and help, visit the City of Pullman's Twitter page.
Next, a live look on students who are about to head out to the Rural Reporting Plunge, and the fall festivities have begun. More information next.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No, I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
I'm here at Gertson Hall where we're going to have Murrow students head out onto their way to the Rural Reporting Project. The project focuses on small town stories within the Palouse area. And with me now is Lisa Wananen-Jones, one of the directors of the project. What can you tell us about this year's project?
Sure, so this is our 5th year we've done this. We did it 2 times before the pandemic, and this is our 3rd year in a row now since the pandemic when we've been able to do this. We have about the same number of students participating, which is almost 40. They go out in teams of 4 to small towns around the region. At this point, none of them know where they're going yet because the last thing they find out is where they're headed. So I know that information, and very soon, once they complete their paperwork and get their supplies, they will find out where they're going and hit the road.
I guess without giving away the surprise, what are the students about to head into?
Sure. Well, one thing we are glad about is there's supposedly a dust storm coming through again from like the Ritzville area, and we don't have anybody going that direction. So that was a big relief for me. A lot of this is kind of crisis management for me as far as hoping things go well. We do have teams, I can say, going as far north as Newport, as far south almost to Grangeville in Idaho, and for the first time ever we have a team going into Oregon to Enterprise and Joseph, Oregon.
So I guess, like, what else have you done to set this project apart from years past?
Yeah, this year we don't have too many new features as far as how it works because we really want to be able to bring in some new students, and we do have the highest participation ever of first-year and sophomore students, many of whom have never even completed a full journalism class here in the Murrow College. That's really exciting for me because they'll get to learn from some of our other students on the way.
Well, while we really appreciate you being here with us, and we hope that the project goes well. Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
This has been Avian Martinez reporting. Back to you at the desk.
The Palouse Clearwater Environmental Institute is hosting a fall festival on Sunday from 12 to 3 p.m. The event is family-friendly and will feature live music, face painting, animal exhibits, humble burger for purchase, nature crafts, and a chance to learn more about electric vehicles. The event will be held at the PCEI Nature Center on 1040 Rodeo Drive in Moscow.
It's officially spooky season, and President's Public Pumpkin Patch is open for the season. Our reporter Ella Castor went down to check it out.
It may not feel like a brisk fall just yet in Pullman, but the first day of autumn was this week, and people on the Palouse are looking for ways to lean into this season's fun. Residents don't have to look far because there is a classic fall activity that is closer than you may think for Moscow and Pullman residents to enjoy. Preston's Pumpkin Patch is just 1 week away from opening for the season. I headed up to Viola, Idaho this week to see what they have in store.
I wanted to start the pumpkin patch because when I moved to the Palouse like 12 years ago, I asked my then boyfriend, now husband, where the pumpkin patch was, and he said, "You mean like Walmart or Winco?"
Preston's Pumpkin Patch is a family-run farm on their 4th year of operation. Admission is free and pumpkins are sold by the pound, with mini pumpkins for just $1 each.
I love everything fall, so the pumpkin patch is our way of kind of giving back to the community and sharing our love for everything pumpkin patch with everybody else.
The patch provides complimentary wagons for easy transport and a craft table where visitors can decorate pumpkins or create festive crafts. The patch also offers a wheat pit, a maze, photo backdrops, and family-friendly animals all included in the free admission. Preston's Pumpkin Patch will be open every Saturday and Sunday throughout the month of October. It's about a 25-minute drive from Pullman, and they encourage all WSU students to come check it out and pick up a pumpkin. If you're looking for a perfect pumpkin or just some good old-fashioned fall fun, opening weekend is October 5th through 6th, and there will be local craft and food vendors there to celebrate. From Pullman, Washington, with Murrow News 8, I'm Ella Kastner.
Thank you, Ella.
Tickets are now on sale for the Idaho Symphony's 53rd season. This season features performances of Mozart 25, a carnival of flutes, a side-by-side with young artists, and the Nutcracker and other holiday favorites. You can purchase tickets online at washingtonidahosymphony.org.
A look at what you can expect for weather this upcoming weekend.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You may have noticed some chaos on Stadium Way. While crews were working on new crosswalks, our reporter Cooper Morgan tells us why the project will now see some delays.
Chances are, if you've passed through the WSU campus in the past month, you may have noticed some lane closures and construction crews working. That work includes the crosswalk construction project on Stadium Way, which will now last until late October, according to project manager Cindy Arbor.
We've pushed it out a little bit. There were a few changes that happened during construction, a few unknowns. We realized there was a sewer line where we were trying to put one of our sign poles, and things like that have happened, so it's pushed out now to about the end of October is when we'll finish it up.
Facilities services personnel looked at the 4 crosswalks between Spokane Street and College Ave after the demolition of the Troy Wigner Bridge in 2022, bringing in an engineer to look at how students could cross the street with better visibility and make pedestrians easier to spot for drivers. Arbor says that the project involves putting in better technology with updated signage and bright flashers. Now, when pedestrians cross the street, they'll have to do so at a 45-degree angle, something that Arbor says is for the safety of both drivers and pedestrians. This piece of engineering ended up delaying the start of the project past summer and into August.
The cost came in way too high. It was more than the funding that we had available.
After reducing the scope, Facility Services began the project on August 29th, with some Pullman residents responding on Facebook to the start date. Why wait till after students came back to do this, says one user. This should have been rescheduled to next summer, says another. Arbor says that Facility Services is trying to get ahead instead of waiting, however.
It's the near misses that were making us a little bit nervous and saying, we need to take a look at this and see if there's improvements that we can make before any pedestrian gets injured.
Reporting from Pullman, I'm Cooper Morgan.
Thank you, Cooper.
The Moscow Volunteer Fire Department will host its annual Pancake Feed fundraiser and safety fair on Saturday morning. The event is from 7 to 10 a.m. at the Moscow Fire Station south of downtown. The Pancake Feed and safety fair runs up to the University of Idaho Homecoming Parade.
There's a red flag warning and dust advisories issue for eastern Washington ahead of cold front. An aggressive cold front will bring wind gusts up from 35 to 45 miles per hour, creating potential for blowing dust and reducing your visibility.
Jose, headed into the weekend, are we going to have to bundle up, or is it going to be a little nicer for a little bit longer?
Thanks, Brooke. Definitely going into the weekend, and even today, you're going to want to bundle up. So we see the forecast here. We're going to have rain. That should start around 2 o'clock. So we're going to have a high of 68 with a low of 36. And like we said about that wind warning, around 2 o'clock when the rain starts, winds are going to go up to 28 miles per hour, but they can go as high as 45 throughout the evening. Now looking at tomorrow, it's going to be 63 degrees high with a low of 39. But you see, we got some sun, so it's going to turn up just a little bit. At least we don't got any rain with some calm winds at 5 miles an hour. Now looking at the state, Olympia and Seattle are both going to be joining us with rain. Got a high of 60 and a low of 45 in Olympia. With Seattle, just 1 degree up, 61, 48, nothing crazy. Yakima's going to be enjoying some sun with a high of 66 and a low of 48. And then looking on over here, Tri-Cities also having some good weather with a high of 68 and a low of 42. And we already discussed Pullman and Spokane. And then looking into the 5, we're going to be around the 60s and 70s. So bundle up. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jose. A WSU player out with an ACL injury, and more in sports next.
Days, months.
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime. Can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
After their first loss of the season to Boise State, the Cougs are on a bye week and are focusing on getting healthy and ready for Fresno State next Saturday. Head coach Jake Dicker is also focusing on the tackling issues that are currently plaguing the Cougs. The Cougs have missed 87 tackles this season, which is the most by any team in Division I. Senior running back Dylan Payne will miss the remainder of the season following a torn ACL. Payne had a limited role in the first 3 games of the season, but came on during the San Jose State game. He carried the ball 6 times for 38 yards with a pair of touchdowns. WSU volleyball took on the Portland Vikings last night, winning the match with an amazing match point block by Blazkova.
Her Cougars emerged with a 5-set victory and go to 5-1 in 5-set matches. It rides on this point, and it's blocked away. Lucy Blazkova to send the Cougars home with a 15-13 victory.
With WCC in full swing, the Cougar soccer team has headed down to California. They had a tough loss to number 13 Pepperdine on Thursday, 3-2. The Cougs fought hard in the first half, making the game level in the early minutes.
Long, centered out in front, kicked away. The Wave do a nice job dropping their backline defense, helping Medvecki out. Top of the box, chip shot, the shot attempt, and a goal. A goal for Washington State. Did a great job attacking.
The Cougs will stay down in California to play LMU tomorrow at 7 p.m. Men's golf heads down to Corvallis, Oregon to play in the 2-day Oregon State Invitational. Play starts Monday, October 7th and goes until October 8th. Today, the cross-country team is competing down in Indiana in the Notre Dame Invitational. This is their last meet until October 19th. And it's Alumni Weekend for WSU baseball. This weekend included a scrimmage against Gonzaga yesterday. The scrimmage resulted in a WSU loss by 1 in the 12th inning matchup. Today they have a golf match with the alumni, and ending the weekend on Saturday will be the alumni game. As we look to the week ahead in Cougar athletics, women's tennis is heading to the west side to compete in the UW Hidden Duel. Swimming and soccer are traveling down to the Sunshine State for the Fresno Invite, and a match with Loyola Marymount Sunday will see a lot of spikes and digs inside Bullard Gym, where the volleyball team welcomes Pepperdine. Monday sees the men's golf team traveling to our Pac-2 Brethren's stomping grounds in Corvallis for the Oregon State Invitational. Wednesday's soccer match against St. Mary's will be Mental Health Awareness Night at the lower soccer field. Thursday sees volleyball heading down to Stockton, California to face Pacific, with swimming hosting Northern Colorado at 5 p.m. a week from today. Taking a look at some pro sports, the Seahawks are back home this Sunday at 1:25 p.m. They'll be taking on the New York Giants, who are 1-3. The Seahawks took to revive themselves after a tough loss against the Lions on Monday.
Pullman Dining Hall has been awarded. Find out more next.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
The Washington State University College of Veterinary Medicine is celebrating its 125th anniversary tomorrow. The community has been invited to the WSU Pullman campus for an update from Dean Dory Borgensen, lawn games, free cake, and a showing of the award-winning international film War Trails.
Art and pizza nights are in full swing on Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Fine Arts Building, room 7062. This is an open space for everyone put on by Cougs for Recovery.
Our university dining halls have been working on ways to become more conscious of the environment. Our reporter Macy Harden is highlighting the recognition they've received for their efforts.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Chances are you've heard the phrase before. WSU Dining Services are implementing these words into everyday routines with their sustainability efforts. With composting and water conservation as top priorities, Dining Services decided it was time to introduce a new sustainability practice in 2024, switching to reusable containers in all 3 dining halls.
Once students have reusable containers, they have 3 days to return them before receiving an $8 fine. Dining Services asks that these containers have all food removed from them as well as returned to their proper bins, such as this one here.
We have a 98% return rate on campus since we started the program. It's been game-changing for both of our garbage takeout. Our dumpsters are far emptier, as well as I think it just sings that song we try to sing as a campus and make sure that we're doing the right things for our community, for the earth, for our food shed and everything else.
Because of these efforts, all 3 dining halls on campus recently earned a 3 out of 4-star certification from the Green Restaurant Association, an international nonprofit organization that specializes in shifting restaurants towards ecological sustainability.
The 4th tier is very in-depth and would essentially take new buildings to do. So we're at the highest tier that we are capable of attaining with our current infrastructure on campus.
Besides its impact on Mother Nature, these efforts are actually saving campus dollars. Previously, WSU spent roughly $50,000 a year on single-use disposables. Now, those funds are being used towards a new variety of food choices and dining service opportunities.
It's not one thing that's going to solve the problem going forward. It's everybody trying to just be a little bit of a change at a time in their daily lives, and that will help us, the students' children in a couple of generations and their grandchildren, et cetera, have a better earth around them and make sure that we can maintain our livelihood and our style that we live in because we're doing the right things all the way along. It's really an all-encompassing process. We just want to take care of the land that we have. You know, the Palouse is such a cool place, and so supporting the natural life we have around us is really important.
In Pullman, I'm Macy Harden.
Thank you, Macy.
Moscow School District has turned the former Russell Elementary School building into a shopping destination for any student who needs free clothes, school supplies, or toiletries. Any student or family who needs supplies can contact their teacher, principal, or counselor to reserve a time to visit the hub.
Today is World College Radio Day. On the first Friday in October celebrates World College Radio Day, the impact these stations have on their students and audiences. The day also invites new listeners to tune in to experience college radio for the first time and aims to raise greater international awareness of the many college radio stations operating worldwide.
Very cool. I know we have a lot of college radio stations on campus and a ton of people involved in this room as well. Very cool. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in to our YouTube for more. Have a great day.